generated more than $50,000 as a copywriter in 1 month from just 3 clients. And I did it without any marketing, any social media, any paid advertising, any cold outreach, anything. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it, including the playbooks right now. This episode is brought to you by CopyLaunch. CopyLaunch is the leading membership for copywriters that helps them get high-paying clients. It contains $500 million copywriting courses, marketing playbooks, business processes, more than $50,000 in savings on your favorite software and tools, personal development frameworks, mentorship from world-class copywriters, and more in the one place. Head to copylaunch.com and save big on access with their founders deal while it lasts. Hey guys, welcome back to the Copywriter Show. My name is Nick. Hey guys, welcome back to the Copywriter Show. My name is Nick Mayer. In this episode, we're diving into how I made $50,000 in a month from just 3 copywriting clients, including all of the playbooks. Let's not waste any more time and let's dive in now. So, as you can see here, these copywriting clients came, and essentially the first 8 years of my career, all of the copywriting clients that I signed came without any marketing, no social media, no cold outreach, no paid ads. It was all through the process of building a network, and that is what we are going to cover today. So when we think about creating a network, the reason that it's such a high leverage task for copywriters is that they are essentially in control of a lot of the different variables. We can look at it against different marketing strategies and different avenues that most copywriters would take, such as creating a ton of social content at the top of funnel to create enough gravitational force and pull to bring people into their ecosystem, potentially running paid ads in order to do the same, but in order to do that you need capital, and most copywriters don't have capital. So I looked at that and I said, what game do I want to play? Well, I would rather focus on building a network of people and positioning myself inside of that network as the expert, as the authority, as the go-to copywriter in order to solve their problems. So what I did was I focused on a niche. It was a niche that I was very passionate about and that I was already inside of, which was the health and fitness niche. Here, specifically, it was the CrossFit niche. At the time, I was writing copy to build a youth academy, which focused on developing and supporting international, national, and local level youth athletes with their mental development. And because of that, I was able to connect with other people inside of the space, but specifically inside of the CrossFit space. So I decided to specialize there. Then what I did was I just started connecting with people. Anyone that owned a gym, anyone that ran a podcast, anyone that was an online coach inside of that space, I just started connecting with them because we had something in common, which was that we loved health and fitness, we loved CrossFit, we loved running, we loved eating well, we loved looking after ourselves. So there was already a connection point there. And then what I did was I always showed up with value first. There was no mention of, hey, I'm a copywriter, I can help you with this. It's all about putting the other person first, listening to them, and then eventually that conversation gets to a point. So what do you do? Tell me about yourself. And that's where you can say, well, I write copy, and this is what I do for people. And then they start to have thoughts themselves about, well, man, I need some help with my conversion rate optimization on my landing page, or we've been trying to run ads, or we've been trying to do this. And you just go in with a giving first mentality without asking. So how did I do it specifically? As I said, I took the passion that I had for health and fitness, the knowledge that I had of already being in the space and being interested in it, being curious about it, doing a ton of research. It was who I was as a person back then. That was a huge part of my life. When I was younger, I was always involved in sports. And when I was 14, I found myself over in the States for a training camp with the then Florida Marlins, who are now the Miami Marlins, because I was playing baseball and representing here at quite a high level with New South Wales in Australia. So it was my life, and it just made sense that, hey, I have this skill of copywriting. I'm going to transition and I'm going to specialize and focus on health and fitness and sports because it's what I love to do. So I had an understanding of it there, And because of all of that connection and that understanding, I could go and create relationships and I could create connections. And because of that, I started to get clients. I was simply talking to people, listening to them. What are their pains and problems? And then I'd go in with value. Hey, have you thought about trying this? Have you thought about trying this? Well, what if we rework this headline on the landing page and then you were just to split test it? And it would start to generate results. So I wasn't putting in a ton of work. It was just, hey, here's some advice if you're open to testing. And from there, because of the results, they go, hey, can we get you to help us with X, Y, and Z? Yeah, you can. Here's going to be the investment. Okay? So starting with value, listening to them, and then ending with value is the best way to create strong networks and relationships that turn people into high-paying clients on the back end as a copywriter. Yeah? This created a portfolio for myself of success over the next 6, 7, 8 years. One of those clients did a $1.2 million launch inside of 24 hours. We did 3 months of marketing beforehand to lead up to it. It was near Christmas time, so we did like a 12 days of Christmas. We focused on flooding as many people into a free community as possible and preempting them and pre-framing them for what was to come, which was the launch. And then when we did launch, there was that much hype about it. And we had, I believe it was 5,000 or a little over 5,000 people inside of the community. And we were only selling 1,000 products from memory is the math. You look at that and you go supply versus demand. All of those 5,000 people that were inside of the community wanted the damn thing. So when it went live, there's only 1,000. The urgency and the scarcity that created inside of the marketing as well, and that we could use in the copy, created that result for that client. Others were ad optimizations. We would routinely take $100,000 in ad spend and turn into more than $3 million on the back end for clients. Or we'd take companies that were doing $50K a month and use ads and optimize them in order to get them to a point where they were at 100 to 150K a week. And this is inside of a couple of months. And then the final one there, as I said, is that rapid growth. Just being able to take these clients and say, hey, we're going to take what you have right now. We're going to use these copywriting skills and different marketing strategies in order to generate a different outcome for yourself. So because of the network, I started to get all of these different clients. These results started to occur, which creates even more gravitational force and creates even more leverage. So that then I had these next 3 clients reach out to me because of the relationships that they had with the people that I'd already supported. And they're like, hey, we're working on this. Can I get you to help? Can I get you to support? And it's like, yes, I can do that. We then have a conversation. We go through the 6 different steps of a sales process, which is what's their goal? What's the ecosystem perspective? Can you give me all the data so that I can analyze it? Here are the constraints. Here's what I want to work on with the new data. Here's my deliverables. And then here's the proposal. Okay. So some of the other results that I had in my portfolio, there was a client that reached out to me. They needed a sales email written. It took me 30 minutes to write the sales email and it generated over 200K for the client. It was promoting their level 2 course to everyone that had completed a level 1. So the conversion rate was higher because people had already bought, and we were transitioning and saying, hey, this is the next level. This is the best next step if you're experiencing X, Y, and Z. And then we had an event where a client was going on a tour and they were stopping in at different locations. We sold out those locations at a low ticket price, and then the client sold high ticket on the back end of it. And there was another one where there was a 3-day event over in Austin, Texas, and we had 50 people sign up for it at about a $4,500 USD ticket. We utilized the current social media following that brand had and who was on their email list. And then we had strategic partnerships with other people who had our ideal client on their email list, and we wrote some specific emails for them, very strategic emails at the start, written in the voice of the brand themselves who owned the email list, introducing us so that we could then go in and we could promote the 3-day event. And as I said, we had 50 odd people turn up to it and it was over $4,500 USD a ticket for that. So this is everything that came through networking and created that portfolio that then allowed me to have other hot inbound leads come in. And as I said, this wasn't overnight. This is over 6, 7, 8 years before these 3 clients came in to my ecosystem and said, hey, we would love some support from you because we've heard from these other people that you're good at what you do and you can help us solve our problem and achieve our end goal. So the first of these clients was to do an entire launch. They were a CrossFit-based brand that was transitioning their core offer and relaunching it to the marketplace. And then they also created an online app, which they were launching to the marketplace as well. So the work that I did for them was an entire launch. We were talking about social media content. We're talking about landing page, waitlist page, sales page, all of the emails, all of the videos that go through it. So we followed a Jeff Walker product launch formula for this. So there was the pre-launch, there was the pre-launch, there was the launch, there was the closing cart, all the videos in there around the transformation, around the client experience, around the pains and problems. Everything, every single asset was created for them, and that was $15K USD that was paid. The second client was about ad optimization, getting into their ad account manager, looking at the copy, looking at the creatives, looking at the landing pages and the sales pages that were on the back end of it. That client was almost 30K Australian. And then the third client was just a simple landing page design. That's all that it was. It was a single pack. They said, hey, we have this client that's experiencing this and we want to help them do this. We're not experts in copy. Can we get you just to tweak the copy on here? And this was like an hour, 2 hour job max in order to help it convert better. Because what was the issue with it was that the design was off, the call to action was too low, and the headline wasn't aligned with what people were seeing beforehand. But what I'm trying to show you here is that there was no social media marketing done here. There was no content creation. I didn't run ads. I didn't send cold emails or do any cold outreach. I focused on forming real connections with my ideal clients inside of their communities so that I could over time position myself as the authority, position myself as the expert, show that I can solve a problem for them and that I have an immense amount of value to give as a copywriter, so that when they were ready, I was the first person that they could think of because I was there, I had a relationship with them, and they knew that I could help. They knew what I did. And I'd provided advice, not free work, but I'd provided advice and support beforehand in order to create that reciprocity of, okay, they're now ready to take action. They want to work on something. Hey, Nick, can we please get your help and your support with this? So if you're a copywriter out there that wants to model this, the first thing is thinking about that position that you want to hold. What industry do you want to specialize in and connect with people inside of? As I said, this is something that you're going to need to have some form of knowledge in already, or at least curiosity and understanding, so that you're passionate about it and so that you can connect and relate to people and start forming those relationships. You're not going in and being like, hey, I notice your landing page is shit, like I can optimize it for you. It's going in and being a human first and taking that approach so that over time, once that relationship's been built, the leverage and what you get on the back end of it is exponentially greater than what you get on the front end. This third client, which paid me that $1,000 for the landing page design, we then did over 45 different projects together that were all the same. They said, our client needs this. Can you optimize the copy? Yes, I can. And it was just $1,000 every time. Sometimes I'd have to spend 4 hours on it. Sometimes I could get it done in 30 minutes, but the relationship was there. So every time they had the problem, they would come to myself. Okay, that's what we're thinking about here. Just from connecting and forming that relationship and creating this network, so many different things came in. Like there's 4 different types of luck. The first is that you just stir the pot so much that something comes up. The second is like that dumb blind luck where it's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. The third one is that you start to create enough work that things start to find you. And then the fourth one is that you are the only person that can do a specific job for a specific person, and the luck ends up finding you, and it's not actually luck at all because you created it for yourself. That's what we're talking about here. High leverage task, something that you can control. Creating a network of your ideal clients that you are a strong part of and you are positioned in as the authority and the expert, so that when they need support, you're not trying to convince them here or influence them here, you're just there so that when they're ready, they're in that decision-making mode, they go, okay, I need help, I'm going to Blake, I'm going to Fiona, I'm going to Sharon, I'm going to Matt, I'm going to you because you are the first thing that comes to mind because you're part of my network, you're part of my world. Okay? And when you do that, clients come inbound to you. And you don't have to worry about anything else because you're focusing on the thing that matters, which is going direct to the source, not creating all of this top of funnel content and that trying to hope that you get in front of people. You're going direct to the source. Okay? So the long-term strategy here, connect, collaborate, and then create value. Connect with people human to human first. You're not going in as a copywriter, you're going in as a human being to connect with another human being. Form a relationship, collaborate with them, provide advice if and when they're open to it. This is where language comes in. Are you open or are you interested in getting some feedback on this? Because I've noticed a few things. They might say yes, they might say no, but you're not going in to be like, can I help you with this? It's just like, hey, when I was on your website the other day, I noticed this, like, are you open to some feedback? Like, how's it going? Hey, it's not converting that well. Like, what are the percentages? Oh, we're only at 5%. Like, are you open to feedback? I think I could get it to 10 if you just make these changes. Yeah, okay, what have you got? And then you just share it with them and you watch what happens. And then from there, the relationship progresses because you've created value. You've positioned yourself. So now when they're ready, they're not going to go to someone that they don't like, know, or trust. They're coming to you because they like you, they know you, and they trust you. So thank you for joining us here on this episode of the Copywriter Show. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with other copywriters. That's how we're going to grow this channel together. I'm very excited as we're about to start our copywriter featured episodes where I'm going to sit down with a copywriter and we are going to dive into what it is they're currently doing to uncover what's working for them, and together myself and that copywriter are going to optimize their current strategies, their current marketing, so that they can go and get more high paying clients for themselves, make significant money, and live the type of life that it is that they want to live. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you immensely. We'll see you on the next episode.